Just ahead on Crossroads, business in downtown Marion is on the rise. Local business owners see economic development even on the square.
Looking for a job? We'll talk with Iris Brunner and Paul Whirling about an upcoming Grant County job fair.
Create a Cake shows us how to make some sweet treats for any party or occasion.
And Marion Winter Guard came back this year ready to perform its way to the spotlight. It's all just ahead on Crossroads. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Shaylee Clark.
And lots of things going on in this busy month of March, but does it seem like we haven't done this very much? I mean, we've been on the air, but we've also been traveling. I think we had a spring break trip to places all far, and that was the university spring break. Some families are on spring break for the schools this year, and basketball tournaments. It's been crazy.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of traveling, and even last night I was doing some cleaning in my room, some spring cleaning, and I realized I can put the suitcase away for the first time in 2 months. So
sometimes I look at it long enough and I say, no, it's close enough to the next trip, so no, why bother?
Well, yeah, just keep it out all the time. I mean, especially the rate we've been going, just packing and going.
Well, I hope wherever you've been or wherever you've stayed, you've got that hint of spring and that little bit of warm weather coming along. Some people definitely head south. You're kind of one of those Midwestern Florida people, right?
I love Florida, but these temperatures, I haven't been complaining.
Well,
nice.
Obvious transition here, but one of the things that's springing up a lot that we've talked about many years on the show is the economic growth in town. Some people think it's bad, but really when you kind of drive around, you say, oh, that's new, that's new, that's new. And a place that people think there's not a lot new going on, but there is downtown.
Yeah, and recently we've gotten to focus on some of those great economic growths across the city, but like you said, there's that one spot that isn't commonly associated with development, even though downtown is growing. Main Street Marion focuses on bringing and keeping the businesses in the downtown area. And with a new location and 6 new businesses from last year alone, good things are happening.
Closed signs and boards may cover some doors, but downtown Marion is still thriving, with empty buildings filling one at a time. Constance Boutique flipped the open sign in its new downtown location last year. Store manager Felicia Fannin says the customers coming through the door have proved the move to be successful.
In Marion, there's not a lot of places to shop, so us being like the only place, we figured a lot of people would come here. We just figured coming downtown would make like a difference. So we moved down here, and I mean, actually it's better. Like everybody says they like our downtown store better.
Downtown Marion saw 6 new businesses come in last year. Main Street Marion's Loretta Tappan says one business can start a domino effect.
When one business opens, that kind of trickle effect, we have another business that sees that energy and sees that passion of that business owner, and it's contagious. People start to see that this is possible downtown, and we do have a great downtown, and I want to be a part of that.
Main Street Marion President Eric Marshall is a Marion native and downtown business owner. He knows the importance of keeping up with this historical piece of Marion.
I feel like the downtown district is a representation of our whole community, and we've got to take some pride in it. We got to try to get people to understand that when a stranger drives through your town, they get an impression, and a lot of times it's the downtown the only part of the town they see. So you want to try and bring it back to what it once was.
Another business to join the list was Bodies in Motion. Store owner Rhonda McAfee has seen downtown improvement since moving her business into the Centrum Mall.
I mean, I think you see more people down here than, for a while it had kind of deteriorated, and people are starting to buy the buildings and fix them up and try to get business back down here.
Bodies in Motion moved downtown to be closer to the mini dance studios. The new location put the business closer to the customers.
We want to be convenient for our customers. We want them to be able to come in and shop while their kids are at dance class, or just whenever they can, so that it's convenient for them.
It's bringing and keeping the businesses downtown, but also reminding Marion of the potential in their own city.
When they think about shopping for a greeting card or leather boots or getting their shoes repaired, they think about downtown. When they think about, I want to learn to dance, they think about downtown. So we need that critical mass to make it overall more welcoming and to make everybody win, to make it successful for everyone.
With a new location and a summer schedule full of ideas, Main Street Marion is ready to keep moving, hoping for another successful year full of even more ribbon cuttings.
Shaylee, one of the things you hear from people who've been here a long time is they'll say, well, what about the stores that used to be downtown? Or what about the restaurants? And I get why they say that, but the fact is downtowns are changing, and many places I've lived, the downtown environment changes as far as who's down there, who's working, who's eating. And you always wish that you could have this, but downtowns are going to be different. The key thing is something's happening.
Exactly, and it's funny you mentioned that because Eric was even mentioning that there used to be a bakery and a men's store and all of these things, but they're not giving up on it. And businesses are still coming, and that's what made this story so, interesting, that they are still coming to downtown.
Well, good work. Main Street Marion does good things, and they have a whole slate of activities year-round.
Exactly.
When we come back, hear about an upcoming event where you can also do some job shopping.
Iris Brunner and Paul Warling join us to talk about an upcoming job fair.
Well, if you're looking for a job, there's always good to find new opportunities. And today we have Iris Brunner and Paul Whirling here to tell us about a job fair that's coming up that will help you find what you may be looking for. So welcome, and this is coming up on April 7th. We wanted to get you in early to talk about it. First of all, to kind of answer the big question, and that is, why are there no jobs in Grant County? And you're going to tell us people are wrong when they say that. Is that right, Iris?
Absolutely. I'm going to say there are jobs. Currently, we have 46 vendors, and those are employers that are signed up and that are going to be at this free job fair. And they're looking for employees. They're looking for good, hard workers that are going to show up and be dependable and come to work every day. So that there are jobs.
Now, I've never been to a job fair, and I imagine not everyone else has. Is it you just come and different booths are set up and you can give out your resume, or what exactly is it?
Well, we'll have it set up, so we'll have over 46 vendors that are there, employers. You can come in, you want to be dressed for like an interview level. Bring in your resume, be ready to give a little 1-2 minute spiel of why you'd be qualified for whatever jobs they're hiring for. And on the website, we'll tell you a little bit later, you'll find the employers and what they're hiring for. But to be able to sell your strengths, your skills, your abilities, hand them a resume, shake hands, and we'll even have room for an on-spot interview if the employer wants to do something like that.
I don't think people that have we counsel a lot of students obviously on campus and that kind of thing. They don't realize how valuable it is to be able to do that all in one room, because to travel all over and do that many things. So even if you don't end up with a job out of it, you gain great experience.
Great experience, yeah.
What are people looking for? Let's get specific.
Well, from some of the vendors that we do have signed up, they're looking for a little bit of everything. And when I say everything, I mean it could be an entry-level position or to a skilled position. We do have a number of nursing positions that are available, a number of vendors that are looking for those CNAs, LPNs, RNs. We also have a number of our staffing agencies that are signed up. And usually they have different employers that they work with, and they're looking for across the board. They could be looking for clerical, they could be looking for warehouse help, they could even be looking for, upper management and management positions.
I know we have some manufacturing, some logistics, and we also have some daycares and preschools.
Absolutely.
Human services, social work. So again, just across the board, we have a lot of employers.
And I know for someone that just recently worked on my resume, that can be a scary thing. Where do you start? There's so many different places online that show you, and they're all different. But you guys offer some resume help, or you have an event coming up that'll help prepare for the job fair.
Right.
And it's March 31st from 10 to 1 at the Ivy Tech. Come in the front main entrance. It's rooms 164, 165. And we'll have Work One representatives there and Via Credit Union representatives and Ivy Tech. And they will review your resume. If you come in with nothing, we will try to have you a resume when you leave. We'll have some computer lab time available for you. So we'll give you the do's, the don'ts, and everything we can to help you get a good resume together prior to the job fair.
Do any of these positions or these vendors that you're working with say, okay, we will take someone on and they can take some additional training at Ivy Tech concurrently? Does that ever happen?
That does happen. In fact, more and more we're seeing apprenticeship and co-op programs. And I cover the region, Anderson, Marion, Muncie. I know there's a Muncie employer right now who will take students on, work there, and then also pay for their tuition and help them continue on with their education. So we have a number of businesses that are getting to that point where we need a little bit more skill beyond high school, maybe not all the way through a bachelor's, sometimes, the higher education, the bachelor's, but they'll work with the students.
Yeah, I'll make a great plug for Ivy Tech and community colleges and those kinds of systems. That's one of the things I've noticed that's been wonderful through the years is when there is an employer that has specific needs, Ivy Tech can come along and help make that happen. A lot of people don't know that. They're the ones that are frustrated because they say, well, maybe there are jobs, but there are no jobs for me. Right. But you're right, they need just that little more edge. They don't need to go get a 4-year degree.
And even for people, I tell people, if you're going for a 4-year degree, my own kids and things, you can come to Ivy Tech, you can get short-term training, be able to make enough money, maybe an employer will help you with tuition as you go on for your bachelor's or higher. So there's definitely some opportunity. We have a 6-month, 9-month, year training. You can get out there quickly, make a living, and then go on to IWU or other places.
Yeah. And retraining, boy, that is the 21st century model. Don't be stuck where you are.
It really is. So a lot of great employers, it sounds like, will be out there. And so if you're looking for a job and you are interested in attending this event, it is located at, as we said earlier, the Ivy Tech Conference Center on Tuesday, April 7th. So mark it in your calendars. And that's between the times of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And also, we were talking about this a little earlier, if you want to find out more of this information or you forget about what we talked about here today, you can go to communityjobfair.com. That's community-job-fair.com. And that'll give you more information, also some of the employers that'll be there. So thank you guys.
About 10 seconds, you wanted to mention some of your sponsors.
Yes, and in true fashion, we've called this the Community Job Fair because it is a community event. And we have a number of partnerships. Mainly, we definitely want to give a big shout out and a big thank you. We've been a proud recipient of a grant from the Community Foundation that's helping us market this. So when you're driving down the bypass and you see the billboard that's up on the bypass, that's because of their kindness and their generosity. We've also been working with the local chambers, the Marion Chamber, the Gas City Chamber. We've also been working with the Grant County the Grant County Growth Council, excuse me, and the Blackford Economic Development Council. A little mixy there. I'm forgetting. Oh, City of Marion. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to look at the billboard right now.
Thanks so much. And there are jobs in Grant County. Get that word through. Be there
Absolutely.
April 7th. Make it happen. Thanks so much for coming in. Well, when we come back, we're going to get a look at some sweet treats.
Create a Cake brings on the sugar rush by showing us how to make candy. Well, there's nothing quite like satisfying a sugar craving, and today Gina Lowry from Create a Cake is here to show us how to make some very sweet treats. And Gina, I'm sure this is a busy time of year for you. You know, we have Easter coming up. Have you been getting a lot of orders coming in?
Yes, we have.
But I know a popular that everyone likes to eat are chocolate turtles, and today Gina's going to teach us how to make those. Okay. So how do we start out with these? We've already melted our chocolate. We put it in the bottle.
And we're going to squeeze out. There's 4 steps. Step number 5 is packaging up any way that you want, whether it's in a cup or you wrap it up or just put it on a plate the way it is, okay? And your first step is going to be squeezing out about the size of a quarter and just making sure that you have enough chocolate to fill that spot, okay? So I'm going to just set this up with just a few, okay? And the next step that you would do is you're going to place your nuts into the place here.
So you don't have to wait for the chocolate to dry?
To dry. No, you want the chocolate
right
to be wet to adhere to the nuts, okay, so that they will stick and not separate on you when you pick it up, okay? Now, if you're doing a party tray and you want smaller, just make them more of the size of a dime to a nickel and just put 1 pecan on it. It lets your product go a little bit further, but it also kind of fixes you up to where you can start working to where you can make them bigger.
So it gives you like a bite-sized snack, and that'd be easier to put out on trays.
Okay. Now we have caramel here, and this is a Nestle's caramel, and the heat from your body helps this temperature too. And I know usually we snip up, and then we just use the heat from your body, and you can just kind of roll it down.
And what kind of caramel did you say this was? Is there a special caramel you like to use, or just?
We use a Nestle brand. We sell them by the pound or by a 5-pound block. Okay, they have a soft caramel, but usually that's used for doing a filling where it's contained inside, and you would put it in after, because then when you bite into it, it kind of goes out. These here, you're going to just shape it into a little bit flat circle, give it a little bit of a dome, And usually you'll wait until your chocolate is dry with your nut attached to it, and then you just, set it on there.
And about how big did we make the caramel?
Whatever size makes you
Whatever
happy.
size.
Makes
So if
you
you're more of
happy.
a caramel lover, you can have fun with this one.
Yes. There are no set of rules. Everybody makes caramels different, but this is the way we teach it when I have my candy classes. Okay? And once you have them topped, then we're going to go ahead and take the chocolate and start in the center and squeeze it out over and down and around. You want to make sure that the chocolate comes down and touches the chocolate down below, because you need to have a seal. So when you pick up your turtle, it will adhere to each other, and you'll be able to have this. where it's
okay.
finished.
So the chocolate needs to touch the chocolate on the bottom.
Right,
else
comes
it's not
down.
gonna work out
So
as
that's how we've done that. Kind of comes down sometimes, puddles around it. Maybe, it depends if you get a lot of chocolate on there, then you're going to get little feet, kind of stuff like that. But that's basically what you do.
So 4 easy steps, anyone could make these. And if you have a fun, Easter party coming up, what a fun appetizer for this. But something that I was finding out earlier is you can do a lot of stuff with the extra chocolate.
Right. So guess what I'm going to let you do today?
Oh, I'm excited for this.
These strawberries right here.
Strawberries.
But to help you out, we have a glove.
Chocolate
So
covered strawberries.
put a glove on, and that way there it'll be better for you. Okay? Because you're dressed so nice, I'd hate to see you get chocolate all over you.
Oh.
Okay, and when you have your strawberry, you take and pull your green cap up.
Okay.
All right, there, and that's what you hold on to. Okay,
And then just
dip it down in. If you can see the chocolate here, you're going to dip it down in. Give it a little shake like that. Here's yours.
Oh, I'm excited.
Give it a little stir around, shake like that, and just give it a minute or two to not be so super, super runny.
So
And then you can lay it down here on your parchment paper. And then your green cap will come back and it'll be pretty. And a lot of times if you get your green cap and you bust it off, then we use a little bit of icing and
Perfect.
put it on. Go ahead and set it on there.
Sounds great. Look at that. And that was my first time I've ever dipped a chocolate strawberry.
Good.
So
Make
a lot
a
of
turtle.
fun. And make a turtle.
It's your
So-
turn. It's your turn to
Oh,
make a turtle.
it's my turn.
Yes.
So there's a lot of different ways or things that they offer. You can see all of their different cupcakes and many different Easter things. And if you're still thinking, I'm not for sure I can do this, feel free to give them a call. You can call Gina here in Marion at 662-9538 or in Kokomo at 765-452-CAKE. That's 452-2253. So thanks, Gina, and hopefully I am doing this right here.
You are doing perfect.
Oh, yay. Add this one to the bucket list.
Give it a little bit more squeeze.
A little more squeeze?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yep. Squeeze it some more right there.
Right there. Oh, and then we got to get the chocolates to touch. So, woo, my first one. Well, thank you, Gina, for joining us. I know I'm excited to eat all of this when we turn the cameras off. So when we come back, see how some Marion students are picking up their flags for the last time this year.
Well, welcome back to Crossroads. I know we've talked about many times things that we did in high school. Have I been through this? Have you ever do band stuff? Were you musical?
By the time I went to a school that offered band, I didn't get the chance. Choir was always my thing.
You didn't even do the non-musical part of band, like the throwing a gun in the air or any of that
Like
kind
I
of
said, my school is so lame. It didn't have any of those. I always thought it looked fun. I saw it on TV.
Some of the band
myself.
people on our staff don't like it when I say they're non-musical. Of course, it's a big part of it. Well, recently we focused on how Marion High School has been rebuilding marching band program, which is a really, really cool thing. But that's not the only arts program at the high school that's been revived. The Marion High School Winter Guard hit the floor this year after a hiatus. And Brianna Garr found out the hard work with putting on a show goes way beyond spinning a flag.
Flags, rifles, and dancing. These are the perfect ingredients for a great Winter Guard team. For the first time in several years, Marion High School has a competitive team.
I have actually coached at seven different years, and then I've done 3 different schools. This is a great opportunity. I feel like it's bringing a good program to the kids. We're having a lot of fun, and it's bringing a lot of commitment, challenging at times, but a great opportunity for these kids.
Winter Guard is an indoor color guard activity that is derived from military ceremonies. The students worked hard for competition, but found friendship in the midst of drop spins.
I feel like we've actually gotten pretty close in the only few months that we've had together.
How we're all connected, together. We're like one big family.
Winter Guard is friends who come together to tell a story.
The team started out this season by receiving an entry-level bronze rating in competition and since have improved their rating up to silver. But their ultimate goal is to bring home the gold.
I think, especially for our first year out, it has been pretty good. I feel like we probably could have started off better, but we have definitely improved. So I think it's been 5.
Instructor Claire Miller says she's seen major improvement in the team this year.
I'm excited for these girls to go out and to perform, to be proud of what they're doing, what they've done all season. I'm excited for them to go out and go see other schools, see how far they've come in the last few weeks.
At first glance, these students might only be spinning flags, but it goes beyond that. These visual storytellers bring a different kind of game to the court, and through some point jumps, flutters, and a bit of teamwork, these students will keep growing together until they get the gold. For Crossroads, I'm Brianna Garr.
I know we were saying that I've never done that, but that just looks like so much fun. I mean, I don't think I would ever be coordinated to go flipping it around.
I'm getting a picture of that, knowing I sometimes stumble getting up on the set here and things like that.
Yeah, but all power to them. And I know they got a silver, and they're done now. But I just think that looks like so much fun.
And props to Brianna Garr for coming up with that story and executing that for us. A former drum major with Marion High School.
Yes, she's very attached to that.
Representing the home school, and congratulations to them. Anytime you get involved in something like that, where you work towards a goal, to see that achieved, it's really cool.
Oh, definitely. And for those who don't like sports too as much, that's a great outlet for them.
Or they aren't
coordinated
for those kinds of things.
Well, there are many different ways that we can stay connected to you, and one of those ways is hearing your input from the show. If you have any good ideas or want to tell us what you think about Crossroads, you can email us at crossroads@indwest.edu. That's crossroads@indwes.edu. Or if you would rather write us a letter, you can send us a note at WIWU-TV, 4201 South Washington Street, Marion, Indiana, 46953.
And don't forget, you can always go online and watch past episodes. Check out all of our local programming. That's on our website, WIWUTV.com. And if you just want to catch up on Crossroads, just put WIWUTV.com/Crossroads. And while you're there, be sure to check out Facebook and Twitter, our social media pages, where you kind of find out what we're doing, and we're going to be getting back out in the community now that the weather is better. So please do like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/WIWUTV, or follow us on Twitter at WIWUTV. I just can't wait to get out there. The greening of Indiana is going to start, and we will be there with our cameras.
I'm excited too, because when we're on location, it means that the warmer temperatures are finally here, and I'm so ready for that.
I've said this before,
so
I know, but with something about the winters in the Midwest, now that I've lived here so many years, you really do appreciate spring so much more.
Oh yeah, and
just love it.
Especially when it's a good Indiana spring, which this year I'm still.
You're hopeful.
Oh, I'm still hopeful. No more snow. We're done.
Heard it from the weather forecaster here.
The vibes. I'm getting good vibes about this Indiana spring.
Meanwhile, for everyone living in reality who worked on this show, I'm Randall King.
And I'm Shaylee Clark. The Crossroads of Life bring people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.